Oh, I didn't see you there. Are you ready to gussy? To gussy it up? Let's go. Oh, gussy it up. Oh, gussy it up. Okay, let's do it for real. Okay, back to where we were. Hello everybody, welcome to Gussied Up. Today we're gonna make Parmesan Ranch Biscuits using self-rising flour and some ranch packets. What? That's gussying. Gussying just means to make things fancy in a little bit of a tacky way. Let's get to gussying. How many times am I gonna say gussied up? Let's get that gussied up meter counting so we know. Preheat your oven to 425 degrees and we can get started making our biscuit dough. Okay, so the beginning of the recipe, like all biscuits, starts with flour. This is self-rising flour. Self-rising flour is just all-purpose flour with baking powder mixed in. So you don't have to add any leavener, you're ready to just go. Now you're gonna add in 3 tablespoons of a powdered ranch mix. That's just gonna give you a lot of buttermilk tang. It's also gonna give you herbs and the salt for the biscuits. Now we're gonna gussy up the flour. We're gonna add in a 1/4 cup of a chopped green onion. You could use chives too. Give it a little toss so those green onions get coated in flour. Now we can add our wet ingredients. 1 cup of sour cream, and now we're gonna add in 1 cup of a lemon lime soda. What? That's our liquid, but it also is gonna add sugar. And some fun little fizz to make these, you know, like a super light, fluffy angel biscuit. Now we just mix that up. You'll notice that the dough looks very shaggy, right? Shaggy just means like, you know, like shaggy, like, it's like kind of dry, right? It doesn't want to come together right away. So what you're gonna have to do is get your hands in there and get it dirty. Now you just kind of work it with your hands. And look how quick it starts to come together. With that spoon, it was never gonna work. So are you a flaky or cakey biscuit kind of person? Let me know in the comments below. I feel like everyone says that they're a flaky person because I think we're like taught to like flaky biscuits because they're kind of more of a pain to make. But the truth is I like cakey biscuits better. Like I want a super flavorful, super light and fluffy biscuit. Okay, so look, there's always gonna be a little bit of your flour left. We just put our dough down onto it and then we knead into it. We're gonna knead our dough 6 or 7 times until it all comes together. You don't have to stress if it seems like it's not coming together perfectly. Look, come here, get in there, biscuit. There's gonna be a little bit left over. And now we're gonna roll it out. See how supple it looks? He's nice and tender. That's what you want. You don't wanna overwork it. So don't look for your dough to get smooth. So you still wanna see some of that dimpling. And that means that our dough isn't overworked and you're not gonna end up with a super tough, really, really dry biscuit. And we're just gonna try and form this into a rectangle because we're gonna cut these bad boys. There's gonna be some square biscuits and the corner ones are gonna have like kind of a round shape. It's fine. It's gussy. We'll put some cheese on it. It's gussy.
Is that a technique?
Cheese on it. It's gussy. We'll put some cheese on it. No? Sometimes it is. Sometimes I like to pat it out. Pat.
Don't do it too much, it's gonna get tough.
And no, it's gonna be a beaten biscuit. Don't worry about it, okay? See, he's kind of a rectangle. We're gonna cut it into 12. The reason why I like to cut them is because then you don't have to roll it out and knead it again. The more kneading you do, the tougher they get. So using a knife, you'll just flour the edge a little bit, not too much. And then you cut into a third, a little bit more flour. A third, boop. And then you cut into 4. Cut in half. They don't have to be uniform, just kind of close, okay? The one thing missing from this recipe is something that makes these very, very fatty. Inside these biscuits, there's just that sour cream and lemon lime soda. So if you want the bottoms of these to be ultra crunchy, but you don't have a lot of fat in your dough, you can just add a 1/2 cup of grated Parmesan onto the bottom of a nonstick pan, and you'll get that crunchy effect. Just pick up your biscuits and put them onto that Parmesan. And it's okay if the Parmesan is kind of around because that's just gonna make little edges of Parmesan delight. And then we don't even have to go in with an egg wash or anything. We're just gonna go onto top with a little bit more cheese and a little pat of butter. When we gussy, we make it just as flavorful with just a little bit less work. Now into a super hot oven, 425 degrees until the tops are golden brown, and you'll see the edges are just set, about 14 to 16 minutes. You all, these babies are ready
Now I'm just gonna serve this baby with a little bit of fancy butter. That's just butter that I put salt and pepper onto the top of. Who's ready for a bite? Me. I took a bite out of it, but I really should be breaking open the center to show you. Look at that cakey, flaky, light, fluffy delight, but then with the crunchiness of the little Parmesan bottom. The interior of it is nice and fluffy. You're also getting some speckling from the ranch powder and the green onions. And then you have a top that is delightfully golden with a little bit of chew from that stringy, melty cheese. This is a Gussied Up biscuit if I've ever seen one, and there's no stress, there's no mess, and you can have a Gussied Up biscuit whenever you want if you just follow this easy recipe. Let me know in the comments below what you think, and make sure to follow and like our page if you would, so we can bring you more Gussied Up recipes from my kitchen to your kitchen. Bye, y'all. I have more biscuits to eat and more knickknacks to buy. Bye!